Hey guys, it's Classic Paul, and we're going to be doing a sort of follow-up today with one of my former decks that I had built. A few months ago, I made a video featuring a Dark Magician build that I have constructed, and I found a huge amount of fun. Well, you guys really seem to enjoy that, so I'm going to take some of your suggestions in consideration here, and we're going to see how this deck looks now. Obviously, we do still have our playset of the Dark Magician. Being that it is a Dark Magician deck, I figured I would run 3 of these. They're the meat and backbone of the majority of the combos for this deck, so we have a pair of Dark Magician Girls, which are personally my favorite of the Dark Magician archetype. We have a playset of Skilled Dark Magician, which is great use of those spell counters since there is a large amount of spells for this deck. We can quickly get out a Dark Magician, and he has a very high attack point, so we have some good offensive force as well. We have 2 Summoner Monks. As I've said in the previous video, these guys are great for getting out our level 4s. One of the new additions to this deck, which a lot of you have suggested, is Elemental Hero Prisma, which allows you to, once per turn, you can reveal a fusion monster from your extra deck. Then you can send one of the fusion materials on the card to the graveyard, and it becomes that name until the end of the turn. I didn't realize it, but this actually works really great with almost all of our fusion monsters. We use Eye of Timaeus in this deck to fuse out these cards, so if I can make the Elemental Hero Prisma into a Dark Magician or a Dark Magician Girl, we can use that then to bring out some of our fusions even faster. It also has a pretty decent attack points for a 4-star monster, so it's not too shabby. Now let's get to the spells. We have 3 Dark Magic Attack. It's our Harpy Feather Duster for the deck. I also run 2 Mystical Space Typhoon, which obviously it is a spell and trap removal and it's a quick play, so it's always nice to have these in the deck regardless. I run a playset of the Eye of Timaeus. This is the biggest, most broken fusion card I have ever seen. You're able to send a Dark Magician you control to the graveyard to special summon any of our 3 different fusion monsters for this deck. I have taken the advice and stuck Dark Paladin in the deck, which is an amazing card in this deck for how many spells we have. It's great that the Eye of Timaeus can bring that out without me having to use a Buster Blader in this deck. Moving on, we have 1 Soul Charge to bring anything from the graveyard we need back into play. Last but not least, instead of the 3 Smashing Grounds that we previously ran, I have swapped them out in exchange for 3 Magical Dimensions, which are another card that we can use to get out Dark Magicians even faster. Finally, we have 3 Upstart Goblins, which obviously we will definitely want that card draw for this deck. And that is it for the spells. We still are keeping the 6 traps, being 3 Eternal Soul and 3 Dark Renewal. Now for the extra deck, because this is where I think the majority of the change has come. We have, obviously, we keep the Amulet Dragons and the Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight. I'm still very sad that they are still almost $30 a piece. They're really good cards. Amulet Dragon can hit the field and gain a ton of attack power based on the number of spells that you remove from either graveyard. Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight, has a really neat destruction ability, which is also very useful. And the fact that they both have a decent amount of attack as a start makes them even more powerful. Dark Paladin, as I've said before, is a great way to negate spell cards from your opponents, and it also gains 500 attack for each dragon type monster in the field or the graveyard. The fact that the other 2 fusions are dragons makes it possible for Dark Paladin to gain 1,000 attack points easily just off of your cards. We keep the 3 copies of Daigusto Emeral just because it is very useful to use him to return a Dark Magician from the graveyard to the field, and it also has a nice draw ability. We're keeping the 2 copies of Ebon Illusion Magician in this deck just because it's a rank 7 monster and it lets you bring a Dark Magician card from your deck or hand into field. All in all, I am very excited to try this deck out again. I've been loving this Dark Magician deck so very much. I'm so thrilled to hear the suggestions from you guys. They're really awesome, and trying out some of these new changes, I really love it. Keep giving me these suggestions for this deck, guys. I will continuously try to update this deck as much as possible. The deck list for this one will be in the description, as I will start doing with more of my Yu-Gi-Oh videos. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, leave a like down below, share this video with your friends. If you like it, please remember to subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos like this one. I hope to see you guys in the next one.